So I've been having check engine light recently, and so I went out and bought a little hand scanner here, and it gave me a low pressure sensor B warning. And I sort of looked at the data here, and I can see that it's reading like the desired pressure is 630, and the actual pressure is 751 or something like that. Also, the voltage pressure doesn't seem to be changing. It's stuck kind of at 4.8. This should be going up and down like a lot lower than that, like around 2 or 3, and then 1, and then moving at a normal rate, and it's sort of stuck at 4.8. So a couple of things. It's not a big deal. This can happen on some cars, and it can cause you to stall. But basically, when I'm going at a very low speed, like 5 kilometers an hour, I can feel just sometimes a slight stutter. And the light doesn't come on, the check engine light. It actually turns off every time, but it just happens occasionally. The light will come up and say check engine light a couple times a week. Typically, it is the sensor that's the problem and just needs to be changed. It's due to basically build up on the sensor. Sometimes you can just clean it by getting a fuel cleaner and not using the ethanol gas. Use the high octane gas, and it can clean off the sensor of the ethanol gum buildup on the sensor. I did that actually, and it went away for a while, but this is actually the second time it's come back. So when I started using just regular gas again, and it came back. So I'm not going to keep buying premium gas just to get rid of this thing, because the sensor is only like $25. So it's time to just change it and just go back to using regular gas. So basically, I just wanted to make sure it was a fault there. And as it does see, it's high pressure, but there's no other faults on the car, just that pressure sensor, low pressure B. So if I go to escape here, let's see if I can go read fault codes. See, there it is. A P018B. Fuel pressure sensor number B, circuit range performance fault. The circuit range is at 4.8, so it's like stuck at 4.8 volts, and it's higher than the normal pressure that's supposed to be at, because it is stuck at that the higher voltage. So basically, I'm just going to try to change that out. Okay, so here's the tools you're going to need. You're going to need you're going to need the sensor. The model number is CM5250 BU5Z9F972-B. That's the one I had. You can see it has like a little rubber washer on it. And this is the click part here, where it's going to click. You're going to have to push on the top with the sensor cable to click off with this little tab here. So we have to push at the top for it to go around, then pull off. This is just Torx. I think it was number 25 Torx, just to remove the brake fluid reservoir. A little pry bar to remove the air intake clamps, and a 7 and an 8 millimeter hex end there to remove the clamps on the air intake. And for the sensor itself, you see it's going to take a 24 millimeter long. You want long because you have this long plastic part on the end. You don't want to snap it off because it has to fit right in there. So that's 24 long socket, just because this plastic part you don't want to break off. You want to get it over this whole area and down onto this 13 millimeter to attach to the behind the sensor onto the actual fuel rail. There's a flat part where you can attach to, and this is an extension bar, 1/2 inch, but I think it's like a foot, that one, but you might want a little longer, like a 20 inch or something like that, and a ratchet, 1/2 inch ratchet. And that's all you're going to need. It took like about 45 minutes to do the whole thing, so it wasn't too bad. Okay, so I just removed the battery cover. I'm trying to get down in there. So I think I'm going to remove this and the exhaust here to get better. This one first. Okay, so that's 7 millimeter, and my 7 millimeter I have a 1/4 inch, but it's too small. You need something thin, or you can use probably a short straight just to get started, loosened. There we go. It's not perfect, but it seems to be working. That's the air filter. Let's see if that slides yet. Nope. Green button on the bottom. Here. So there's a little green button on the bottom you have to push to bring those out. Okay, so that's loose. Let's see if we can get... Maybe I'll just take this one off. Yeah, that should be enough, actually. Yeah. Let's take the top one off first, because I can at least get access to this here. the same size. It's a 1/4 inch. Okay. Okay, that could be enough for me to reach down there. Yeah. If not, I'll take this guy off too. So that goes under there. Okay. Don't lose that. Okay, so get my arm in there. Yeah. So I can reach in there now. And there's just a, it's the same as this guy. Huh, it's all taped, there's no lid on it. The electrical connection off. Now you have to push on the top, just above that little black tape there. If you push on the top part of the plastic thing, you'll feel it go in, and then it'll pull off. You might have to use like a little pry thing just to get it off if it's stuck. Once it's off, then we can attach our 24mm to the sensor and hopefully break it free easily. Let's see, this is long enough. Oh yeah. Alright there. So, let's try to see what I'm doing here. It's in there. Let's just take that off first. Put my little wrench back on. And pull it up towards me a bit better. Yeah, there. Okay. I think it is reverse. Check. I think it was. Alright, let's take this off. Hopefully that won't fall off. Yeah, that was it. So that broke that free. So once it's broke free, there might be some gas coming out here. Just a tiny drip on there. So that's the old sensor. It looks a lot like the new sensor. Check. So that's the part. And this is the new one, that's the old one. So let's try to get it in here. So maybe get you a better shot of that. I can just get a little higher, be fine. Can't get higher. But so you can see this. This is it here. Just gonna turn it around a bunch of times. That's a 13 millimeter wrench on the sort of end of it there. And that's tight. Okay, now I'm just going to give it a little, there's a rubber washer in there, so that was, so probably just so it's like straight. Just going to turn it till it's straight. Don't have to over crank it. This doesn't stay on there. Oh, there's the hole. Yep. tightening it. Now, go through there. Get good. Let's check it and see if it's straight. Nope. Didn't move it at all. Okay, don't want to wreck the sensor there. Just get out of the way. Would you stay out of the way? Just get out of the way. Okay, has to go in there again. Should I get it further down or not? Pull it up towards me. There we go. I felt something. Straighter. That's about where it was actually. So we'll try that. I know how to get in there after anyway. Yeah, because that's about where it was. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna put this sensor back on. This part. So this little line. I think it's pretty much like how it was. It's exactly like that. Okay, so push the top in and it'll slide right down onto it. Okay. So now I guess gotta put the air back in. Just go backwards from where I was. Can't remember what part I put in first. I think it was this. This part came up last, so I'll put that in first. No, this came up last. Just get pushed in. This guy's even. Oh, yeah, there's something. Oh, what did I do? So I'm sure we have to do it afterwards. Okay, that's in there. No, it's not. Okay, that's in. Yeah, just slide it and then tighten it. Just like it slide it already. Just gonna make sure these are in. I think if I slide it already, I'm okay. Oh, no, that guy's not in. Get them both in. Okay, just a little bit. And that guy I can see. So, come right to the front. Oh, that guy popped out again. Actually, he doesn't fit in there anyway. It's just the top guy. That's the edge there. Guess I better get the flashlight out of there before it gets stuck in there. And that should be in the way too. I should in the bottom first. There. Okay, and there's little tabs there to line that up. There, looks like it's good. It's good on the top. Make sure that rubber guys fit in there. I don't know if I have to slide them, but I will. I gotta tighten them first a little bit. Huh, so that isn't the right size. Where is it? Nope. So what's that, 7? So I really need an 8 millimeter. Okay, so let's try this guy. This is a 5/16. Yeah, okay. And this is an 8 millimeter. Yeah, that's the one. So it's a 5/16 or 8 millimeter. To get this in there to lock. Okay, where's this guy? Push him down. There we go. Now finish it off. Snug. Okay, now the other side. Let's get it on and slide it in first. I can eat this. It's right above it. That's the right size for that one. So some of them are 7 millimeter and some of them are 8. Yeah, wouldn't you know it? This one's 7. Hilarious. So top one's 7 and the bottom one's 8. That's locked in. So just sure it's pushed in all the way. Looks like it is. Keep going. It's just snug. There. Yeah, that's right against the stopper. Yeah, it's snug. Oops, don't lose that. All right, so let's put the sensor back on. Is that him way over there? I guess that is him way over there. Yeah. Hold on. No, it's not him. What the heck? That's that. No, I did tuck him under there. Almost looked like he was attached to the engine. Okay, so he has to go under. And clips on. Little green clip. Okay. So there's just the brake fluid container. I'll just put these screws in loosely here. And we're just going to do a test on the car. I'm pretty sure it's okay, but who knows. These were in here pretty loosely anyway. Just take the tools off there. So I'm just going to key it a couple times to get the pressure back up. Okay, so I keyed it a couple times just to, when I say keyed, I just brought it to not on, just so that everything turns on. That usually starts the pump and stuff like that. So again, it's been running for a little bit there, and usually the check engine light comes on after a couple minutes of just idling if it's sitting. So I'm going to go put the plastic cover back on, and actually we can probably check the device to see what it says about the sensor, fuel sensor. I can reset it maybe and see if it trips again. Okay, so I'm just going to open up the flap down here. See, it's a white plug. And you just put that in there. Alright, so I'm just going to key it on for forward. Oops. Okay. Identify vehicle. It's an escape. Okay. System scan. Well, it should still have the same one because I haven't cleared it. Oh, it's a new body control module. Oh goodness. Front control display. Instrument panel control. There's a whole bunch now. Oh great. What did I do wrong? So, we got all these codes now. What does this mean? Front panel, read, multifunction switch, okay. Hopefully this is just because I changed that sensor. Body control module, what's that? Read fault codes. Yes. Light switch, oh, my light switch? Huh. Instrument panel control, okay. What am I doing with my instrument panel? Invalid, okay. It might just because I changed the, I'm going to go back and erase all these codes after. Powertrain monocle. Okay, that's the one we were looking for. Okay, so that's what we have. Still, it's in there. Okay, oops. Read data downstream. Let's see if we can do that. Read data stream. Okay. You might tell me to turn on the vehicle. Let's see, might not. Select items. I think it was around 200. So there's like 323 in here. So let's go to 200. Heater, ignition key status, injectors. There's after the injectors. Fuel trim. There we go. So how do I do that? All data stream on this page. There we go. Okay. Yep. Fuel pressure sensor. Let's just do it. All right. So okay. Oops. Now how do I get to go back to the top again? Maybe escape. Oh, there we go. Just escape. All right, read data stream. All right, well that's good because this is moving now. When I turn it on, it was stuck at 4.8 all the time. Now it's moving. Not low, no fault, no fault. Ah, okay. Let's see what it says here. Low side pressure filter at 560. No fault. No fault. What's desired pressure? $552, and we're at 548. Oh, a little, no, 548. Yeah. At least this is moving now. Things are moving, so I think we might have fixed this. So the next step is going in and clearing the faults, and before I clear the faults, I'm going to take a little test drive first. But that's moving nicely, and the voltage is moving nicely, so that's, yeah, that was stuck at 4.8 before. No faults, good. So we'll leave it at that, and I'll put the plastic cover back on and go for a little test drive. So, seems to be going okay. I just did a test drive on the highway there, went to 100 kilometers an hour. It never actually had a problem. I never had any stalling. Just when I was going maybe 10 kilometers an hour, very slow, that's when the light would come on. So I'm just gonna go the last little bit to my house, where it always wanted to ding on for me. So let's see if we can get the a little brighter. To wave at the neighbors. So, no dinging. And it actually sounds a little quiet. I think I was stuck kind of in, I know my gas went down quite quickly. Like I used a lot of gas. I'm sure my fuel mileage was terrible. I think it was sort of stuck on high, so it never did stall. But I think if you're stuck on kind of low, then you do have these troubles, so anyway. Oh, hey! We're getting high-speed internet. Yay! Just saw the guy. Just got some mail saying it's available. No more a quarter of a megabyte. This is great. Anyway, all good news all around. No check engine light. Next thing is to, like I said, I get the heat gun out because I have a piece of plastic from under the tire stuck. Let's see if we can hear it. No, it didn't do it that time. Of course, when you want it to, it doesn't. But I had, there's a piece of plastic from the, around the wheel well stuck. When I turn tight, you can hear it clicking. It sounds like, oh my gosh, my wheel bearing's gone or something horrible, like, I don't know, control arms or something, but it sounds horrible. But it's just a piece of plastic ticking away because it's bent out of place. So I gotta get the heat gun out and put that back where it belongs. So that's that. That seems to be fixing that problem. So I'll know further along in the week, but it was an intermittent problem for me. But But if I used premium gas, it was pretty much gone. It's only when you use regular gas that this thing would come up. So maybe I can go back to regular gas now. It's $1.50 for premium and $1.30 for regular. So I'm going to save a few bucks, especially with the awful fuel economy I was getting as well. So try to fix that sooner than later if you can, because you don't want to waste money. That's for sure. Okay, thanks.